So if you've been following my custom guitar build project series, you'll know that I set out to see if I could build my own Custom Shop Telecaster style guitar that might just equal the Fender Custom Shop guitars I have here in the studio, and doing so at a much lower cost and produced using fairly basic tools. And the verdict is, yes, with a bit of patience, careful planning and application, it's quite possible to do, and other than your time, at a greatly reduced cost. Now, everyone has their likes and dislikes regarding a guitar's feel and tone, and one area that can be quite frustrating is pickup choice. Now, some videos ago, I did a budget Fender Telecaster upgrade, and in that inexpensive Chinese-built guitar, I put my Fender Custom Shop Texas Specials, which I had bought for my future custom build guitar. I knew then those pickups were not going to hit the mark for me, and once I had completed Bluebird plugged in to my amplifier, my thoughts were confirmed. Now, in this video I demonstrate the tones from the Fender Texas Special with the newly loaded Fender Pure Vintage 64s, directly side by side, both clean and crunchy, without any EQ correction. This video presentation, it's not about getting the best tone for each pickup set, it's just about hearing the difference between these two pickup types and how they react very differently in regard to how much pressure or attack that you apply to the strings. Hello viewer, my name's Stu. Please do check out the rest of my channel as it covers my return journey back to playing and recording guitar after a 40-year break. Now, if you enjoy the channel, please do think about subscribing, hit the bell for notifications, like, share, and do comment below, as it's always nice to hear from other people, and a big thank you for taking the time to do that and to be here. So, without further ado, coming up, number 1, the doorbell rings and a package is delivered and product description. Number 2, fitting the new pickups, just a very quick overview and an issue I actually ran into. And number 3, comparing the Texas Special tones up against the new replacements. Number 4, conclusion. So number 1, the doorbell rings. My apologies for any dogs getting upset. And the postman delivered a small box which contains a set of Fender Pure Vintage Telecaster 64s neatly packed in a plastic box. We have the neck and bridge pickup along with the screws and rubber sleeves, and a very nice instruction leaflet giving wiring details for either a modern or vintage setup. And looking on the box cover for information, we see that in regard to the neck pickup, the Texas Special is rated at 9k ohms, while the Pure Vintage 64 is rated at 7.4k ohms. In regard to the bridge pickup, the Texas Special is rated at 10.2k ohms, while the Pure Vintage 64 is rated at 6.0k ohms. Now, these ratings printed on the box are general, because you may find that taking an actual meter reading may just show a slightly different reading, just slightly. So what made me decide on these Pure Vintage 64s? Well, I wanted to stay with Fender, that's just me. I know there are many manufacturers out there making great pickups, but to be honest, I just don't want to spend time going round and round trying to find out pickups. I just want to concentrate on my music compositions. Now, clearly the 64s are lower output, and that at least gives some kind of pointer in regard to how they may sound, and for me, that means they should be less shrill or bright than the Texas Specials, and that's what I was looking for. Now again, I'll caveat that remark with, Yes, it depends on how you dial in your amp and guitar and the use of various pedals. Certainly a compressor, for example, works well with Telecasters. So all those things, they do make a difference. As I already own Telecasters with Blackguard, Nocaster, Twisted and V-Mod pickups, I don't want my custom guitar to have any of those. And that would make my build project, quite frankly, just seem pointless to me. So I'm going to see if these 64s will make me happy for what I need from this guitar. Number 2. Fitting the new pickups, I'm just going to be giving a quick overview of what's involved. And first we have the unwinding of the strings, and if you do this, do try to keep the strings separated with tape, otherwise they tend to get all wrapped together because of the wound ends, and they are a pain to separate. And on to removing the back plate screws to help me change out the bridge pickup. Removal of the pickguard screws so I can remove the neck pickup, and also removing the control plate. Now once unsoldered, I need to carefully pull through the wiring of each pickup from the control cavity. With the screws and rubber sleeves in position, I fit both pickups. You've got a modern and a vintage wiring setup. And a quick check that everything is working before refitting all the parts back into position. And that's when I ran into a problem. The neck pickup appeared to be intermittent, and on closer inspection I saw that the chrome cover lips that attached to the board were coming too tight against the cavity spacing, and that meant I had to carefully cut away wood in the neck cavity area. Now it didn't take too much, and the pickup was soon a better fit and all working correctly. It needs to be borne in mind the custom body that I have here is not a Fender Telecaster replica. Now, interestingly, I didn't have any problems with the Texas Special pickups, but again, something to watch out for. So with the strings back on, a recheck over the guitar, truss rod check, intonation, string action, pickup heights, and now it's time to hear what it sounds like. So number 3. And once again, testing through my Bad Cat Black Cat with settings in a fairly neutral position with a little reverb added. The speaker is mic'd using a Shure SM57. So the first tone test, clean. Set to edge of breakup. So number 4, conclusion. So this was just a quick tone test, and all being well, in future videos I hope to show how I will be actually using this guitar in my own music compositions, thereby giving better context. Now I've noticed that there is a difference in the sound that I'm hearing here in the room compared to the audio recordings. The 64s are actually fuller sounding with really good separation and clarity without being shrill. Now, I could have really set the EQ to make these pickups give their best, but again, this was just a very general, quick, no mess, no coloration side-by-side comparison. Now, I felt that the Texas Specials are actually more prone to becoming both boomy and a little muddy, and also prone to harsh breakup, depending on how hard you play the guitar. And so they really do need to be EQ'd to get the best out of them. And also playing the strings in a way that best suits that type of pickup. So am I happy with the replacement 64s? Yes, I am. These pickups are definitely more user-friendly. It's so much easier to get a gentle tone without losing brightness where needed, but it's not got that edginess that I just wasn't liking from the Texas Specials. In regard to cost, they were around £25 cheaper than the Texas Specials at around about £120 for the set. Now everyone sets their own tone. For me, I do like to use my halo delay to give a bit of body as well as more delay where needed. I will use my compressor, a good way to balance out all those twangy frequencies, specifically when playing rhythm, but also effective with certain lead guitar styles. I like to use a boost pedal, but care needed regarding boosting those higher frequencies. And for more overdrive, apart from the amplifier's valve edge breakup tone, I do find that the Tube Screamer is very useful for giving me that effect. If you have any questions or want to chip in regarding your own views and opinions, do message below, or of course you can message me privately. Please do think about subscribing, hit the bell to get notifications, like and share. As always, it really helps the channel out. Do check out my channel playlists, which cover my journey back to playing and recording guitar after a 40-year break. Lots of equipment reviews as I seek out the gear I use in recording. So whether you're a newcomer, an ongoing player, or like me, just an old hand returning to guitar playing, I always take the time to engage with folks who take time to comment. So until next time, the journey continues. Do take care.